Tranzit is a Black Ops 2 map in which about 90% of the zombies community hated when it first released. Over time, it slowly grew on some of us, but in my opinion, I still believe it's a bit underrated. But unfortunately, not all of us agree.
Tranzit is a fucking shit bag of a map that should never be created!
Yep, thank you, Johnny. Anyway, in today's video, I want to share some love to Tranzit and give some valid reasons on why Tranzit is actually a decent map. Point number 1. Ease of travel. While this map might be the biggest map ever created in COD Zombies history, the ease of travel is pretty good. First off, you have the bus, which admittedly it can be quite slow, but you also have the fast travel spots where you go under a green light while you're being attacked by a denizen. This is actually extremely practical, as it can basically take you anywhere into the map, and it's pretty damn useful. If you don't like either of those options, you can use stamina, which actually makes you run faster than the bus in most circumstances. Point number 2. Overall, it's a pretty fun map. Now, I'm gonna be 100% honest. Setting up can absolutely be a bitch, but if you have points in the bank, more than likely you're gonna be okay. Now, once you have the recommended setup, the Mark II and also the DSR with iron sights, you're pretty much sorted. Also, let's just very quickly note, Nachtruhentoten is in the Tranzit map, which is a pretty cool addition. Point number 3. Fun with friends. Now, this obviously kind of ties into the second point, but this map is extremely fun with friends, and because it's a big map, there are a lot of challenges that you can do, and it also allows you to become relatively creative too. Let's take this for example. You've got 4 players, and you've got 4 main spots. You've got diner, town, farm, and also the spawn area. You could do a 2-box challenge where one player survives in one spot for the whole game, and whoever lasts the longest wins. Or you could do a 5 to 10 minute challenge where you have 5 to 10 minutes to get set up, and again you do the same thing, last as long as you can, whoever lasts the longest wins. Another fun challenge is the bus only, where you only use the B23R and you see how long you can last. Sometimes you do have to become creative to have fun, but this allows you to use the assets that you are given. Point number 4. Transit round 50 is actually challenging. Now, this map does have a difficult round 50, at least in my opinion. It's definitely doable. I'm just gonna very quickly say it's definitely not as easy as Mob of the Dead, Origins, Die Rise, or Buried. But in a way, this is a good thing because it presents a challenge to those zombie lovers, and this is why I see it as a good thing. However, it might not be a good thing for casuals. Point number 5. We actually have a half-decent crew. The crew that we are presented with is actually okay. It's not extremely boring, but they're definitely not as good as the classic crew. This new crew has some interesting quotes, and sometimes it can be fun to play as. As we progress through the DLC maps, we get to understand how the characters evolve and also see their storyline, which finally ends in Tag der Toten Black Ops 4. But because of Tranzit, the Aether storyline got extended. My last point, good map for practicing, also good for newbies. If you need a map that's relatively simple and is easy for training with a multitude of training spots, Tranzit is the map. When you compare this map to Origins and Mob of the Dead, Tranzit is easier in terms of getting to grips with how the zombies works. That part is specifically for the newbies. On top of that, if you want to practice training, Tranzit has training spots in town, spawn, diner, and farm. All of these present a different kind of difficulty level. The most easy one is probably diner, also farm being the hardest one. But again, this presents a challenge for those experienced players. Conclusion. Now, it's fair to say, this map is huge, it has a shit color palette, the jet gun is shit, and I'm not gonna lie, it has a long setup time. But Tranzit is still underrated, and it is a fairly decent map. A lot of people shit on it, and to be honest, it doesn't quite deserve it. Not all of it, at least. I'm not saying it's the best, but let's be honest. I think it's fair to say that Tranzit would be a C tier map. Not perfect, but it can be fun overall. In my opinion, it gets way too much hate, and this video I just wanted to shed a little bit of light on the map. A question for everyone that watched this video: did you like Tranzit? Why did you like or dislike it? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you also so much for watching, I massively appreciate it. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and put the post notifications on. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace, bye bye.